Alright, I'm Joel Baker. Welcome back to Steve Landers Chrysler Dodge Jeep here in Little Rock, Arkansas. The number one question I always get from new Jeepers is, what's the first thing I should get? The first thing you should get for any Jeep or any off-road vehicle is recovery gear. So we're going to spend a few minutes real quick, go over some of the basic things that you need to get first and make sure you have on your vehicle to make sure you've got a safe trip when you're on and off-road. First thing you want to make sure you have on any vehicle is you want to make sure you've got at least one tow point on the front and one tow point on the rear. If you get stuck off-road, we've got to be able to hook up either a tow strap or a winch or something to get you back out. So if you don't have the factory tow hooks, make sure you get some D-rings or something like this that are attached to the bumper, attached to the frame, so that we can actually pull you out. The next thing you want to make sure you have is some sort of tow rope like this one. I always go to a tow rope first when we're on the trails. If I can pull you out with a tow rope, I would much rather do that, and it's a lot safer than actually having to get a winch out and winch everybody out. So if I need a good tow rope, they're usually 20 feet long, something like that, and that will help make sure we can get you out. The next thing is a winch. There's two kinds of winches. We're going to go over them both real quick today. First off, on all the winches you'll see a number like V8000, X8000. That's the weight limit, okay? On a winch for a Jeep, a four-door JK, you want either an 8 to 10,000 pound winch, and that should be sufficient for everything you're going to do. Both of these we're looking at today are 8,000 pound winches. The main difference between the two, this winch right here has a steel cable. A steel cable's been around for years. It's a great product, it works well. It is a little more dangerous though. I mean, there's two things that have drawbacks to it. One, after this line tends to break a lot. You get little metal spurs off of it that can cut your hands while you're using it. Also, if you're hooked on another vehicle and this line happened to break and have tension on it, this line is going to fly back and it can take out trees, it can take out a car. I mean, it can break and really hurt somebody. If you're safe, that's not a problem, but it is one of the drawbacks to this particular type of winch. The other kind of winch line that's out there right now is a synthetic line. Over here, we have a synthetic line. This line is just like a braided rope. It's very soft, very flexible. You won't cut your hands while using it. And if this line happens to break when it's under tension, it simply just falls to the ground. It doesn't swing back and hit into things. So it is a much safer alternative to use. They are a little bit more expensive, especially to add after the fact, but synthetic line works great. I'm a big believer in them. The other thing you want to make sure you always have with you are, especially if you're working with steel, is some heavy duty gloves to help protect you from those kind of spurs. And some sort of off-road jack like this. Simply off-road, if you have a flat or a tire and you've got a lifted vehicle like one of these two, a little bottleneck jack isn't going to get you up off the ground. You need something that's got a lot bigger lift pattern to get you up off the ground. This is not a necessity, it's a good thing to have. It makes life easier, but the tow ropes, the tow points, and a winch always need to come first before you start lifting a vehicle and doing all the other crazy stuff you see on these. All right guys, thanks again for checking us out, our videos on YouTube on our Steve Landers Chrysler Dodge Jeep. We try and provide some good information on how to do different things and what to look for when buying products for your Jeeps. This has just been a real simple kind of skim the surface of off-road equipment, what you need to have to be on a trail to be safe. We'll go into some other details later in other videos about the proper way to use winches and tow straps and things like that. But check us out online. If you need anything, always come by the dealership here in West Little Rock. We'd be happy to show you what we got and take good care of it. Thanks for checking us out.